Hi, my name is Liz Hathway and this is my astrological look at the week ahead. It's a bit of a global, mundane sort of perspective, so we're not talking about specific sun signs here. And it's the week starting Monday 13th of November to Sunday 19th of November. Well, yeah, it's all a bit big at the moment. It's a bit cosmic and spaced out, I feel. I think this is partly because we have Mercury in Sag. So Mercury in Sag is Jupiter ruled. So all those saucy bits of news are now getting really bigged up. Sagittarius as a sign is very keen on fact gathering. It likes the big story. So it kind of draws things to itself and bigs it all up. So whether it be sex scandals or ministers in the UK who can't get their facts straight, everything is like everything that's sort of belonging to the grime sector or mistake sector or the Scorpio sector, the weaknesses of character. These are all things with with Mercury, in Sag that are being really blown up now. But the thing is, what we've got today is Mercury in Sag square Neptune in Pisces. So certainly in the build-up to this over the weekend, there's a lot of news out there, but it's very difficult for two signs like Pisces and Sag, which are so concerned with the big picture, to really distill, to really get the facts straight, to really bring it down to concrete situations. So it's more about the big idea or the big news story, and there's some kind of fundamental earthy bits that are somehow not being included, and it all gets, like I said, it gets a bit spaced out. It becomes a little bit not really constructive in some ways, because at the moment we have only got Pluto in Earth, Pluto in Capricorn, of course. So yeah, the earth factor, which is where we make things concrete, is sadly missing at the moment. So we can run away with ourselves, Sagittarius has got that wild side as well. So there's this sort of running ahead, gathering big, sweeps of information and not really then knowing precisely where you can place them. So the positive of all this, because everything has two sides, of course, is that we can free associate. We can use our imagination a lot more. We can get into a creative flow. But then I would say, get into the habit this week of writing things down, because once something is on paper, it becomes concrete. Once you have something to show for it, if you've got some clear lineup of this is what I'm going to do today or whatever, it just eases the process in a way, because without any earth around, or very little earth around, we can expend a lot of energy and sometimes wonder, what actually did I get done now? So we have to assist the earth in process by writing things down. On Thursday, we have Venus in Scorpio, trine Neptune. It's a very committed Venus in Scorpio. She really goes for it. This is loyalty, 99.9%. It's incredibly committed. Venus in Scorpio does have a dark side, because she loves so passionately and intensely. The fear of loss of that object of affection, shall we say, is unbearable to imagine. So it can get quite fearful, and quite the imagination there again, especially in the view of the Mercury Neptune square, it can run riot. But fortunately, Venus is trine Neptune, so the heart is open. There's a good deal of feeling here. But again, with Venus in Scorpio, because the feelings run so deep, there is that sense again of, protecting yourself. Try and make any help you want to offer concrete and practical. Bring in the earth element and try to protect yourself from taking too much in, because that Neptune can be, it's like being submerged in something as opposed to floating on top of the water. It's being pulled into it. On the same day, we have Sun trine Chiron also, which, Chiron often, certainly in connection with the Sun, talks to a wound around the ego, or around, shall we say, authority. What is my authority? Am I being seen? Am I appreciated? And it's an opportunity, because it's a trine, to look at any thoughts like that might arise in the days around that trine, that you unpack it for yourself and have a proper look at it and think and question it, is that actually true, what if I asked a friend if they thought that of me? Would they recognize it? You know, so that you, because on Friday, Mercury is sextile Mars, and there's an opportunity in that sextile. A sextile is always opportunities, an opportunity to talk about what's going on. And again, it's the Mars Libra. If you take a look from Scorpio, you know, Libra is the sign before it, so it's a sort of 12th house thing. So there's a lot of maybe things that Mars in Libra would like to have, but feels a sort of inherent weakness of some sort, or you know, an inability to talk about perhaps things that are really relevant because they don't want to upset the apple cart or create an imbalance or upset anyone, because Libra is very concerned with, you know, the status quo and how will I look if I take that action. But that Mercury sextile Mars on Friday is an opening to talk about maybe your promotion or why you haven't had your job rise, or, you know, where a relationship is going, that to open up. Because we have a new moon on Saturday, which is great. It's in 2619 Scorpio, so it's getting towards the end of the sign. So, but, you know, Jupiter's going to be in there for a while. So maybe, you know, this will seed something, you know, seed some idea or feeling or thought, which might be then the work actually for the rest of the period that Jupiter's in Scorpio. You know, as I say, our growth comes at the moment through eliminating parts of ourselves that are really, you know, no longer necessary for our growth. And it's good to sort of do the work this week, because on Sunday we have Mars-Pluto square. So there again, you get that feeling of resentment and anger and things bubbling under the surface, which might erupt. And because Mars-Pluto is quite eruptive, very volcanic, especially Libra can be incredibly thoughtful and you know, can bend the truth sometimes a little, you know, because they don't want to have a conflict. But it seems on Sunday, if you don't take the opportunity to talk about things earlier in the week, you know, it might just erupt on Sunday. But another good thing is, you know, get rid of that energy, you know, do a jog, do a good walk or a hike, try and take the edge off, try and sort of take that bite out of Pluto, I would say. Okay, this was my short view of the week. Thank you for listening. I wish you a good week. Bye.